repeat clients. Now, with repeat clients, consistency in your pricing is really important. They're going to know what you charge. They're going to know what you charged last time. You want to keep pretty steady and pretty consistent. Now, you want to give flexibility in your pricing, similar to how you give flexibility to your agents with your clients. You want to be able to work with them to keep that rapport, keep that relationship going. Now, a little thing I've learned with repeat clients, after a while, once you've built rapport with them, you can slowly increase your prices over a period. I've been working with one company now since we very first started. They were our first professional job, and we still do jobs for them today. We initially started with probably charging them, I think it was 300 for 3 performers performing acrobatics. We did a 3 high and almost died on a rooftop. I broke a rib. So as we got better, more professional, we increased our prices. He saw this in the work we were producing. He saw it getting better and better, so understood the increase in prices. Now when he hires performers from us, generally, they're about 350, 400 quid. As an agency though, now I've worked with him for so long, we go out for dinner all the time, like I don't even charge him an agency fee anymore. But he can see the prices have very much ramped up, but we still get a very similar workload to when we did when we initially started. And you can do that as you get better as a performer. As you start increasing your stuff, you can slowly increase your prices with your repeat clients. And if you've built strong rapport with them, you'll still keep those clients, because you'll get to a stage where a client is so in love with you, loves the work you do so much, that they will never ever go anywhere else. Multi-day pricing. Ta-da! 2 minutes. I won't have to finish it off in the morning to move on.
Take pictures of all the different slides that you've got coming.
Yeah, I can just do it tomorrow. Multi-day pricing. Okay. How much of a discount should you give per week? You know, say you do 1 week, 7-day booking. What sort of discount do you think?
As opposed to a 1-day show.
As opposed to a 1-day show? Yes.
I have daily rate, much cheaper.
10% 7 day, if that.
I'd say about 10, 15, 20%. 20% is probably your top, because the problem is then there's not much difference between the discount you want to give for a 7-day booking and a 3-month booking. Because you never really want to get close to, say, that 50% discount range, because that's when it's like you're working for pennies at that point. So you want to make sure this increment is quite slow and steady. Say if you got a 7-day booking, you might want to give 10%, but that's if you're expecting you might get a possibility of a 3-month booking from that same client. Now, that same client, if they get a 3-month booking, of course, they're going to want a much bigger discount than 10%. So you're going to have to look at that 30%, that 40% realm. If you ever start dropping below your sort of 50% discount range, you're into real, like, nitty-gritty difficulties there. So is that a question?
Let's just be really real about, in terms of, if you're going to go with a contract and it's going to be all expenses paid and your living costs are going to drop to 0, that's quite a big factor. So say you're going to go on a boat and you can, like, you know, not leave your house anymore, you just live on that boat, really factor them in terms of when you're offering your long-term rate. That makes sense. So if I want to do a multi-day gig, what's going to cost me, my living costs are going to go up, because I'm going to do way more travelling and way more eating out and everything, then I'm almost more for more days. Does that make sense? I'm going to hire hotels and everything, but if I'm going to go somewhere, it's like, we're going to put you up in Aruba for 2 weeks, and it's going to be all expenses paid for the whole thing. Just make sure don't stick firmly to a model if the actual take home is going to be quite different to how you're spending.
Yeah, I do think being aware of your take home,
Yeah.
I mean, this is making sort of the assumptions that you can't rent out your house and things like that. I mean, if you're going away for long periods, say if it's a 12-month contract, then you can offer much larger discounts, of course. A good point that Marky did raise as well is always be aware of your take home at the end of it. So say if you were getting 7 different jobs back to back, but you had 200 miles of driving in between each one and a hotel and things like that, your actual take home, even at a discounted rate of say 30% discount, might actually be better. Okay? So bundle pricing, this is looking at your 3-act package and how this works. So say you're offering stilt walking for 300, and you also offer fire for 300 as well. How much would you offer fire and stilt walking for? 500? 500 for fire and stilt walking? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Wait, the commission is happening, man. You started.
I'd say 350. Yeah, if that was your 2 price points, you're already on site, you're already doing the work. An extra 50 quid in your pocket is great. Whereas if you went in at 500, I'd be like, I'm hiring 2 people then. So look at it as a bundle pricing. As they add on more, the amount you add on can get less and less and less. So say we do fire and stilt walking. It's 300 quid for fire, you charge an extra 100 quid for stilt walking. Oh, they also want an LED show, here's an extra 75 quid for that. Oh, they also want Pixel Boy, there's an extra 75 quid for that. And you slowly add on your pricing like that. Okay? Now, you need to make customers feel like they're getting a special deal. Make customers feel like they're getting more for their money with this. So that's why I'm saying is there's no point going in with a price point like 300, then it turns to 500 because they're not seeing a huge value for money deal there. Whereas if you go for just adding a little bit more, you're already on site, you're already doing the work, just adding a little bit more onto your fee, it's extra money in your pocket and you make the customer feel really, really valued.